morning, good morning. Oh, good morning, Easy Door. Good morning, Jordan. Good morning, Cloudless. My piano's not on. Good morning, Zodiac. Good morning, A-Wall Badger. Do some quick alterations here. Okay. Welcome everybody to Morning Medley number 168. Today is Wednesday. We're gonna get things started with Spring Street as usual. Welcome back, Holly. It's actually kind of weird that you're having weather like that, Zodiac. It's been uncharacteristically chilly here in LA for it to be this close to the 4th of July. Oh, you're back at the vet? Ava? Well, I hope it's a good trip to the vet. Hello, honey fawns. I know you can't hear me, but I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Good morning, Darius. Thank you for asking, Jordan, about my nature trip. It was okay. I got some pretty decent video. Learned something. sounds, Jordan. It was pretty successful. I have to review some of the video, but it ended up just being more a good experience than it was like a successful work trip where I got to record a lot of stuff. It's also pretty good exercise. There's a lot of hiking involved. Good morning, Maddie. That sounds fun, Maddie. Good morning, Audi. This is the morning medley, by the way. If you're in the stream and you enjoy the stream, just want to remind you to like the video. It helps me. This song is called Key Lime. was called Into Thin Air. Whoa, Zodiac. I'm still reading it. I really appreciate you, Zodiac. Is there something, if there's something specific that you want to hear, you can ask. I'll do it. Or I'll try to do it. That's so much. Jesus. Hi, Homeless Badger. Is it AWOL Badger? Did you just change your name? Yeah, I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking, Zodiac. If there is something that you would like to hear, please let me know. That's so much. This one is called Jumpin' Jaybird. Do you think you'll stream close to Christmas Day or at Christmas Day? Just asking. Says Zodiac. Wow, asking way ahead of time. I mean, last year I did. I want to say I did. Christmas. Feels like it's a lifetime away, but honestly, we're already in basically in month. What we're in month? Oh crap! Today's the first. Oh, I just ruined my mood. I ruined my mood, guys. Rent's due today. Okay. Yeah. Christmas is gonna come. We're already in month 7, and January feels like yesterday, so whatever. Okay, that song is called The Witchy Song, or at least tentatively. This song is called French Vanilla. How's my morning been? Asked Lindsay. It's been okay. Nobody's freaked out on me yet or anything. It's pretty gloomy. I want to say, for the most part, by this point in the stream, my day is pretty uniform. Like, the day hasn't had enough of an opportunity to like sink its claws into me, I guess. The song's called Winter Heart. I'm doing okay, Mariah. Thank you for asking. I don't have a favorite genre of music. Only level. There's some songs that I like, and then other songs that I like depending on what mood I'm in. You know. Um, what song would best describe your current mood on me? Asks Jaime. One of my own songs, or just a song, a random song in the world that would fit my current mood. just type in my recommendations, Lindsay. I really like this woman. This is actually probably who I listened to the most in high school as far as bossa nova goes. Take that and run with it. I have a song called Sixella, Jaime. I would say that that song best describes my mood right now, or fits my mood right now. Sixella. I have not seen this show, Maddie. That song's called Over and Under. the vanilla video. Thanks, Lindsay. It was an obligation, though. I said I would do it. I'm a man of me word. Thanks, Lindsay, though. For real. It's like a cursed version of Flight Plan. The standard rate for videos. I don't know, what's an OnlyFans cost? Only funny to me. Only funny to me. $6.72 for 3 slices of pizza, Jaime? Or is it hot and ready $6.72 where you live? If it is, call the cops. Or maybe don't. I don't know what the cops can do now. But fixing your problems probably isn't it. If a pizza is $6.72, I need more explanation about Jaime's dollar amount. That's interesting. Thanks, Cyber. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Zodiac, Lindsay, Cyber, and Jaime. I wish Zodiac had a song. I wish Jaime had a song also, I guess. Lindsay and Cyber have songs. Lindsay and Cyber have songs. Ew, 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 ew. Nope. Ugh. Yeah, okay. They don't go together, guys. I'm so sorry. They don't blend. They do not blend. Wait, how's the song start? Like oil and ketchup, baby. Actually, oil and ketchup makes okay if you shake it. Like oil and water, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lindsay. I'm sorry. I don't know what my face looks like when I have it too. Hold on. There it is, there it is. It's close. I do like that a lot. Ooh, I forgot that Maddies have little characters on them. Thanks, Maddie. That's a hot and ready. That's a whole hot and ready. What is it? Is it a lemon? Is it a lemon and a grape? Should I start putting lemons in my smoothies? Probably give it a little zest, huh? Oh, that's... I do like that a lot. Yeah, the second time I go. It's cheesy, but it's pretty. sounding. um, it has jingle vibes. Sam, word, word, word. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Hmm. Now it's just stuck in my head. Now I'm not gonna be able to think of anything else. I wish I could like pipe in your voice, Sam. You have a good ad voice. You have a good ad voice anyway. I want Sam to talk about half price furniture over that. Oh, I love it. I really do like it. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere or mean anything, but I really like that thing now. It's only been an hour, guys. Okay. Oh, holy crap. Zodiac. Zodiac, the rascal coming back through. Do you want to hear anything, Zodiac? I was serious when I said that. I feel like if you said it, I might have missed it. If you said what you wanted. I had a Jack's Pizza from the store's frozen aisle the other day. I've never heard of Jack's Pizza, but I'll go on. However, I added extra pepperoni and placed some additional cheese on top of it from my quesadilla cheese packet, and man, was it good. You've just made yourself a pepperoni cheeser. Now, us in Little Caesars business refer to something as a pepperoni cheeser as just a pizza that has like extra different but extra cheese and extra pepperoni added to the already regular pizza. It's basically a regular pizza with double pep, double cheese, but that's dope. I'm glad that it was good. Do you think it would have still been good without your extra fixins, or did you basically turn a nasty cardboard nightmare into delicious pizza? Lindsay says, "Oh well, like I said earlier, Jordan, I am normally a brokey. Oh, we love brokies. I love brokies. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. No, I'm not gonna be honest with you guys. I'm moving on. Omni Bubble says, no, we can buy an extra expensive pizza, like the pizza on Complex where it has like there's like little gold shavings on there or whatever. Those people are wild. I'm not trying to eat gold." Okay, Maddie says, "I kind of hate the whole Creative Cloud model. How you have to pay so much monthly for all the apps when I only ever needed 3. Oh, I get that. When somebody told me that you can no longer own Photoshop and you had to pay a monthly subscription, I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that then. I feel the same way because I use video editing software, but I wanted to purchase it. I didn't want to have to like basically lease it. So that's why I don't use what was it, Final Cut Pro or whatever. That's why I use HitFilm, which it works fine for me. You guys have seen my videos; they don't look terrible. I actually play your song Gucci. Oh, that was easy for me. Zodiac. So thank you, Jordan. Oh, thanks, Jordan. I appreciate you too. Thanks for coming in every morning. I live here. I'm going to be here every morning regardless. But thank you all for coming through the internet tubes to wherever it is. I happen to be at 9 a.m. every weekday morning. Do appreciate you, Jordan. It also, by the way, that little jingle thing that I play has the same chord progression. It has like my, unfortunately, maybe most used chord progression, which is the. It has that in it. I just I took out a lot of the notes, so it sounds at least somewhat different. So instead of going, I go. But you can hear that it's the same. Anywho, Zodiac says, yeah, I don't usually talk in chat. Here I am vibing in the chat. I do appreciate you for being in the chat, though, Zodiac. I appreciate everybody for being in the chat. You guys, we made it. Well, not through the whole stream. There's still quite a bit of stream left. Strangely enough, I feel like I've been streaming for like 2 hours. First hour always flies by, but I think it flies by if I do a medley. Daniel S. says, I usually have the stream in the background while I'm doing other things so I don't talk too much. Well, I appreciate you for at least tuning in, Daniel. Sometimes you say stuff, and for that I am grateful. When I don't see you in the chat, I just assume you're not in here. I don't have like a list of names. And honestly, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I can't see exactly who's in the chat at any given time. Probably would be bad for me. It'll probably be really distracting. But I appreciate you, Daniel. Thank you. Okay. Today is Wednesday, which means 2 more days before the production stream. Which means 3 more days before 4th of July. How exciting, guys. Somebody on the internet yesterday, they were like, guys, I replied to somebody on Twitter that didn't have any followers. Way better, way better, way better. Maddie's upset about the subscription model. And I, as a vote of confidence, I'm allowing Maddie's very, very politely censored F-bomb to exist visibly in the stream. Okay. If I was an instrument, that would be me, says Jordan. Ooh, word. Ugh, hold on. Sometimes I hit chords. I have no idea what that is. That chord? Hold on. Take this, move it down here. Take this, move it down here. Take this, move it down here. What a beautifully weird chord. Wow. I don't understand piano at all. I don't understand music, guys. I don't know why you're here, but that is nothing I've ever done before. I've never hit that chord. But hitting it up here somehow made it okay. That's weird. So what if what are these sounds? Mysteries abound. Hello, Ren. Good morning. I hope you've had a wonderful week so far. I don't know that I've seen you in the stream this week yet, so I hope you had a good week and a good weekend. I hope you've got some good plans for this one. I don't know where you live, but it's America's Independence Day. Who really cares? I don't. I do like lighting up fireworks though, so that's cool. That's always fun. Now that would be something else. Oni Bubble is leaving. Oni Bubble, thank you so much for being in the stream. We appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And I also hope I get to see you in tomorrow's 169. Tomorrow's 169, 9 a.m. stream. I wrote a thing, says Mariah. A song thing or a poem thing? Or like a short story thing? Screenplay thing? What did you write, Mariah? I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy, y'all. They got me. They got my number. And I'm not looking forward to the events of today. A behavioral health care resource, says Mariah, about the thing they wrote. I wrote a thing. I wrote a behavioral health care resource. Is that what you wrote? Congratulations. Oni Bubble's going to be here for 169. Thank you. What did you write this for, Mariah? I'm not going to dress up like Omniclaws if that's what you're referencing, Zodiac. Nothing really happens today. I just have a big work toll today, Lindsay. I just have a lot of stuff that I have to do, and I've been spoiled by having downtime. Pretty much since quarantine started, I've had like, even with like work stuff, I've had like at least like a few hours a day to do my thing. Whether that thing was watch TV or fiddle around in Fruity Loops or write stuff down or just relax. I've had, time to do that. Today, I literally, it's kind of like everything is within like 15 minutes of each other, so I don't really have a lot of downtime. I will be a busy bee today. Cyber says, I really need to check my YouTube receipts over the past year and a half because I've probably given all my close $400. Ooh, yikes. Between album sales and donations and stuff. Would you like a refund, Cyber? I'm sure it's laying around here somewhere. Does YouTube give receipts? I just want a t-shirt at this point. Same, Cyber. Same. I just want to have merch. I just want to have shows. I just want to have something to look forward to, baby. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. Word up. Mariah, let me know if you do. Piano's weird. Something I was thinking about last year is how you don't really have to know how to play piano. I mean, whatever. Knowing how to play piano helps, for sure, right? You don't really have to know anything in order to create a mood. Maybe if you're trying to accurately portray a mood that you have in your head, it's, it requires a little bit of skill. But really, you don't have to know piano in order to create a mood. Idle sound creates a mood. Silence creates a mood. And even if I hit like notes that don't really have any kind of context to each other, I'm just hitting stuff like that. A mood is being created. A song, maybe not. Maybe not a whole song. remember what I was watching. Maybe it was a movie. Maybe it was a TV show or something like that. But the score had like what felt like no direction at all. It was just a bunch of kind of notes followed by other notes, and then it would kind of break eventually into like a full-on chord progression, but not a very full and lush one, like a really sparse one. And then it would kind of fall back into this weird, like, again, amorphous, like, notes mattering. Anyways, you don't need to know how to play piano to make a mood. Goodbye, Max. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Goodbye, Zodiac. Is Zodiac leaving as well? Okay. If anybody has any questions or talking points, you can get into them now. I'm going to go over a few of my own before we start winding things down, so that everybody can get to their own personal, wonderful Wednesday, and I can bury myself in work and research. The first thing that I wanted to get to is yesterday when I went up into the mountains. So first of all, it was Tuesday, and Tuesday means it's $2 slices at Pizzanista. So I drove to downtown and I had 2 big, delicious slices of pepperoni pizza. Warmed my heart. But then I went up into the mountains and I was doing a lot of hiking. And about halfway through the hike, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not out of shape. I'm actually in pretty good shape. But eating 2 slices of pizza and then going on a hike in the mountains probably isn't conducive to being able to carry out the task without feeling like absolute garbage. So I did feel like garbage about halfway through the hike. I got some pretty decent video, you know, of some stuff, recorded some sound of some stuff, which was really nice. And then I remember getting back to my car, driving down the mountain, and going to Jersey Mike's. And I don't know if any of you guys have been to a sandwich shop called Jersey Mike's, but wow. It's good. I mean, it's always been good. I've always been particularly partial to it, but there's just not a lot out here, so I don't eat it very often. But after that hike, going to Jersey Mike's, that sandwich, have you ever just gotten food, guys, and you're not even looking at it? Like, you don't even get a good look at it. You just, like, get it, and you're like, tearing the paper off, you're just like, I need this fuel now. Like, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what the presentation is. I don't care. I don't care. Jordan's asking, is it like Quiznos? No. It's like Quiznos in that you make your sandwich for sure. Like, it's a sandwich place, like Subway. But I would say that Subway is kind of like the McDonald's of Subway sandwiches. It's more like we're a deli. And then Quiznos is more like we're an Italian, like, we're making, like, crafting artisan sandwiches here. We get it toasted, all this stuff. The bread selection is way wilder. And then I would say Jersey Mike's is kind of like a stemming off from a Philly cheesesteak place from Jersey that also happens to make subs. Like, I don't really eat cheesesteaks, so that's not what I get there, but their subs are also very, very good. But I wouldn't say that Jersey Mike's is like the fancy, like, I feel like Quiznos, you know, it's weird, right? I mean, we can talk about Italian cuisine all day, because a lot of these sandwich places, you know, lean more Italian, but there is a distinct difference between what Quiznos' Italian is, which is like very hearty, artisan things, saucy, and then what Jersey Mike's, which is a little bit closer to the Subway in that it's a deli, but it unique in its own in that it is a cheesesteak place. It's more of like an East Coast, like, you know, New Jersey, Philadelphia type thing. Anyways, that I inhaled that sandwich, and sometimes this thing will happen because I am a human and one that hasn't really. I've learned restraint. Like, I'm pretty good at restraint, but it is something that I have to voluntarily enforce. It's not a passive thing for me. And so, like, since I had that sandwich yesterday and it was so good, I'm like fighting the urge to go to Jersey Mike's again today and just get a sandwich, because that was so good. But I know exactly what will happen if I keep doing it. If I keep getting Jersey Mike's sandwiches, if I get it like 2 more times this week, I won't like it anymore. It'll taste disgusting. I think it was just good because, like, I hadn't had it in a while, and I was also, like, dying from that hike. Have you had Ike's Place? Oh, if we're talking sandwiches. Can't not talk about Ike's. Yes, I've had Ike's. I went to Ike's for the first time in San Francisco, because that's where it's from. And then, this was years ago. I'm talking, like, 7 years ago. 7 years ago. First time I was in a place called San Francisco, a little town called San Francisco in Northern California. And then at the time it was exclusive to San Francisco, so I was pretty sad. I went back home to Arizona, and then one opened up in Arizona, literally on the ASU campus. So then I was able to eat as much as I wanted, and it was amazing. I do love Ike's. And then I came back out here, and there wasn't any in LA, which was sad. But now there's one in Burbank, which is kind of cool. That I've been to a couple of times. I do like Ike sandwiches a lot, Sam. Um, I do like Ike's. It's just like kind of a task to get to from the east side of LA, so I don't go as often as I perhaps could. Yeah, Ike's is good though. I've never left Ike's feeling disappointed. Badger's heading out. Goodbye, Badger. Thank you for being in the stream. I appreciate you. I had a Cuban sandwich for lunch today. Oh, you guys are making me hungry now. There's a place here, Cyber, called Porto's. It's a Cuban bakery, but since the quarantine, you can't just go anymore. You have to call ahead, and I mean ahead. Not even like, not like calling freaking, uh, a pizza place and being like, hey, I'm on my way. Make sure the babies are ready. It's like you have to call them, and then they will tell you a time that's usually like 2 hours or so off. If you call at noon, they're like, all right, you can come pick up your thing at. We'll have it ready at 2:40, 2:45. It's like that, and I'm just like, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry for food in 2 hours. I'm hungry now, so I haven't had Portos since this whole thing has gotten wild. But yeah, Cuban sandwiches are a thing that I miss dearly. But that's the only place where I know I can get a reliably good one here in Los Angeles. I just haven't done a proper amount of research when it comes to Cuban food. Enigma's sharpening knives, so they might not be active in the chat. No worries, Enigma. Hello, and I hope your knives are as sharp as can be. Sharp as a tack? I don't know. Tacks are sharp. Okay, what was it? Oh yeah, so the mountain thing went well. I feel like I drained every last calorie from my body and then came down and chowed down for a little bit, had a really bad headache, got home, watched TV for a minute, and then passed out. Whoa. I've never seen a squirrel and a bird interact before. They always seem to mind their own business. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I picked out, ended up passing out. Today I have to go back over to Mac's place, and do another rehearsal of the songs that I'm going to be performing with her next week. I also have some stuff to do in OBS and stuff like that. So it's going to be a pretty busy day. A little busy. I really like the dreams when nice things happen and you wake up rejuvenated. So rare, Gabriel. For me personally in my life, very rare these dreams. But yes, I also enjoy these. Y'all remember The Secret World of Alex Mack? I do not. I've never heard of that, Cyber. Sounds good, though. Sounds interesting. Yeah, that's what happens to me, Unbae. Usually, that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say it's rare. I have good dreams a lot of the time, but there's a good deal of the time where I wake up and go like, "Crap, my life sucks." But there are some times where I have a good dream and I wake up feeling like, "Oh, that's just what I needed to experience in some fake virtual world." Okay. Cyber was explaining that it was a TV show. There was a TV show drama on Nickelodeon about a girl who could turn into a metallic puddle on command. That sounds... I mean, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. I didn't watch really anything on Nickelodeon. I don't have a lot of Nickelodeon in me. There's no Nickelodeon in me, unfortunately. Okay. Wow, I'm tired. That sucks. but I've had my fruit, so my body feels good, which is, maybe the most important. Everybody. Depending on how the protect the depending on how the production stream goes this Friday, I will make a final decision on whether or not the production streams will be happening every Friday or every 10 streams. Right now, I'm kind of 50-50 on that decision, but we'll see after how this one goes in a couple of days. As far as news, though, I do have new music out, our newish music out. What's really funny is we're coming up, right? We're coming up on the anniversary of these records. I mean, not so much The View, but anniversaries of my projects, which is actually kind of exciting for me because, hold on. Hey. August 2nd. July 12th. Wow, on July 12th, guys, it'll be the anniversary of Quick Bread. Way! Yeah. So, the reason that this is a deal, I'm not going to say a big deal, but the reason that this is a deal at all for me is because for those of you guys that are newer to the boat, pause, Gabriel says, if it's every Friday, it would be nice to rebrand them Fridays with Omni. If it is every Friday, I will briefly consider rebranding or coming up with a name to denote them. As I was saying, the reason that this is a deal, an adequately sized deal to me, is because for those of you that are newer, I release music a lot. And when I say a lot, I just mean frequently, right? I release music pretty frequently. I don't have annual releases. I usually have like biannual releases. Hold on. I'm going to Google biannual because I feel like that's not what that means. Occurring twice a year. Yes, that is what that means. So instead of having annual releases, I have usually biannual or even triannual releases. I usually release something every few months, which is why last year I had Quick Breath and Ego Death, and why the year before that I had Daydream and Less Dream, and the year before that, you can see where I'm going with this. I don't need to name all of my releases, but I release a lot of music, basically. And this anniversary that's coming up pretty soon, in like a couple of weeks, for Quick Breath is the first time that I've closed a year without releasing anything. At first I was like, probably not going to release for another 6 months. I'm going to wait. I'm going to release something this summer. But I think that having a whole year of no release projects for me not only is a very rare thing for me, it's something that I haven't done in 7 or 8 years, but it's also really good for me to get this much distance away from Quick Breath and Ego Death, right? I think that a lot of artists have the luxury of sparse releases. And when you have a sparse release, it allows you to truly kind of build yourself back up, maybe have some new experiences. It allows your music to change more drastically, for you to actually come back to the drawing board a different person, and not so hot off the heels of your most recent release. Now, even though I know my music changes pretty often, even when I'm releasing like a couple of months apart, for example, Quick Breath and Ego Death were released 1 month apart, almost a full month, not even a full month, roughly 1 month apart, and they are very drastically different in sound. So I think having this much time away from it it's the first for me. So I'm eager to see what this will do to not only the sound of my music, but my relationship with it, because I haven't had to promote a release, or I haven't had to like really mix and master anything in almost a full year now. So I mean, yes, is that entirely true? Not really, because quarantunes exist, but I'm talking about like real project releases, not something to like entertain YouTube, something that I'm actually going to be like performing on tour, you know. Oh, Cyber says to be fair, the quarantines were yeah. To be fair, the quarantines were a creative equivalent of a mini EP. You were working on that disco house dance thing. True. But I'm just talking about like releases, like putting stuff out. Um, there's this like really weird thing, and I'm not gonna get super deep into it. I'm not gonna get like super deep because um, we're too late in the stream for me to start like a whole grit talk. But compartmentalization. I'll talk briefly about compartmentalization, where it's like I once knew someone who would get very upset with me if we didn't hang out. Now, they were always talking to me, they were texting me every day. I was seeing them on Twitter, I was seeing them on Instagram, and for whatever reason, me seeing their face on Instagram and me seeing their tweets on Twitter made me feel like I was having some type of social interaction with them. I wasn't, you know, we weren't actually talking, there was no conversation. We were like kind of interacting on social media, but I was like seeing them. They were on my feed constantly, so I didn't really miss them. I wasn't like, oh, whatever, you know, what's happened with so and so. I felt like they were ever present. For them, they did not feel that. You know, it wasn't satisfying that need for them. So they were just like, yo, I feel like we never hang out. I haven't seen you in like 5-6 months. And I'm like, I feel like I see you all the time, but word up, let's hang out. And so that is a short anecdote about compartmentalization and how sometimes I can compartmentalize social interactions and let them kind of take, like be a substitute or a surrogate for other interactions. Now I'm going to move this conversation slightly over to music, where I'm saying the same thing for me happens with music in reverse. So to me, thinking about music, creating music, releasing music, and performing music are very different things, right? And one thing, you know, satisfies a certain part of me, and the other thing satisfies a certain part of me, whatever. So me not having an official Omniboy release in a year now is a huge departure. Now, does that mean I don't touch the keyboard for a year? Absolutely not. I'm in here, I'm touching it almost every day, at least 5 days a week I'm playing for you guys. So I'm still playing things, I'm still playing music. Oh, is Kit here? Hello, Kit. I'm still touching the keyboard, I'm still playing things. And if I go on to YouTube, I can see my Quarantunes thing. But the weird thing about Quarantunes is I know a lot of you guys enjoyed those, but Quarantunes occupy a very specific place in my head and in my discography where most people aren't going to, what's the word? Ever reference it, you know? People don't even reference Tall Tales in my career, so people aren't going to reference Quarantunes. When everybody says, yo, we need new music from you, they're not talking about Quarantunes. And if they have heard Quarantunes, they're not counting it. And I don't blame them for not counting it, for the most part. So, like, yeah, like, releasing, like, actual music, it's different than Quarantunes. And it's different than me, like, uploading a quick video to Twitter where I'm just, like, playing a fun chord progression. And I think that's because there isn't a lot of thought that goes into it. There isn't a lot of framing. There isn't a lot of theming. There isn't a lot of narrative. My albums or EPs or mixtapes or whatever you call them do have like narrative in them. Thank you for asking, Kid James. My morning's been okay so far. How's your day? Hello, Charles Hartwood. Welcome to the stream. I'm sad that you came at towards the end, but I'm glad that you were able to make the time to come in at all. Honestly, made it 168 in. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you. But I feel like actually releasing songs, like having singles or having EPs or whatever, there's a lot that goes into it, right? It's like I have to get art commissioned to be like the cover art of it. I have to think about that cover art and how it relates to the actual songs. I have to think about the order of the songs. I have to think about the lyrics of the songs. What type of story am I trying to tell? What style am I in right now? If you listen to Quarantunes, there isn't really a decided style. It's like some of it's kind of disco-y, some of it's really sad and slow, like French Lavender is one of them. And so it's kind of just like me riffing and doodling. Think of it as like somebody that is an illustrator and they have tons of doodles and like sketchbooks or cocktail napkins or on the corner of a job application. but they don't actually have any pieces that they've put up on like their Instagram or shared with the world or sold or prints, you know, stuff like that. That's the best analogy, or at least artistic analogy I can come up with for it. It's been a year since I've put out any projects, you know, and um, that is a big thing. That is a big thing for me. Um, I think that a lot of outside forces have made me this way, has made this happen, that were outside of my control. Like, if it were up to me, I would have released something probably around like April, March, April, or sometime around then. But you know, things happened and I wasn't able to do that, so I haven't released it. And so instead of being kind of upset about that, I'm actually like in a weird way like grateful that some outside force actually kept me from releasing music for a year, or else, you know, who knows how long it would have taken me to actually take this long of a like a narrative absence from my own discography. Um, oh crap! I'm missing a whole thing that Gabriel's talking about. Gabriel, I'm missing a whole thing. Sorry. Let me go up for a second. Ooh. Okay. Do you think this way because you get comment? Wait, hold on, Gabriel. Oh man, I like motor mouth my way through it, so I'm not exactly sure. Um, what you're referencing, but I'm gonna read them anyway and I'm gonna try to do my best, Gabriel. Gabriel says, "Do you think this way because you got comments like, 'Hey, why didn't you release anything new in a year?' or something like that on Insta? You know, Filthy Frank said something really smart." Where's Jaime? Did Jaime leave? Did Jaime leave? Jaime, I'm reading a comment that's mentioning Filthy Frank. Anyways, going on. Filthy Frank said something really smart in rice balls. Okay. He was mocking people who were saying that the comedic work he does isn't real music, saying it's your fault for putting it into real or fake music, says Gabriel. I don't think that there is fault in that. I think that it's something you should cherish. I'm not sure that I follow, but I think this is a conversation worth having, Gabriel, and I'm here for it if I can get more comprehension of what exactly it is. Charles says I'm in quarantine now, and if I wake up in time, I'll be able to tune in more often. I'm normally at work and don't have enough signal to listen. Interesting. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm glad that you're able to make it now, though. I'm glad that I can have like some live conversation with you now, Charles. Oh, whew. And anyway, says when you eventually release collab, I can't even talk about releases, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to say nothing about my releases, even as far as like what they'll sound like or if anybody will be on them. It's like, I don't know. I can't talk about it, though I do appreciate that you would actually want to work with me, Enigma. It's really nice. I don't know what I'm doing. Dar, welcome. My mom has been weird, says Dar. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dar. Panella Leo is here. Welcome, Panella Leo. In Virginia, the Stonewall Jackson Monument is being removed by city crews right now. Ooh, yeah, get rid of that crap. Remove it. You missed his actual question. You only caught the follow-up. Oh, crap. Says Dar. Hold on. Let me go up higher. Didn't you say you liked the melody from something in Quarantunes? Was that the question? Oh, crap. Okay, never mind. Don't ask how my thought went from what you said to this question. Do you have a special point where you feel like that's the point where you consider yourself a real serious... Whoa, musician? Oh, you're right. Thanks, Star, actually, for the tip. I did miss Gabriel's question. Now you went too far back, says Gabriel. I'm sorry. No, those were two different questions. Oh, word. Okay, well, the first question, yes and no. What do you want me to elaborate on now? I don't really want to talk about Filthy Frank, but what was there a question in there? Or was that just more of an anecdote about, like, Filthy Frank and his fans? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry, Gabriel. I don't even remember what I was talking about and why I missed all these, but I'm trying to rectify this before I have to go over news and close the stream. Um, I think that's still something you should share. Was there a question? Do you think this way because you get comments like, hey, you haven't released anything new in a year? Do I think this way because release anything new in a year? Something that's a piece that's in a different form. Okay. Gabriel says, I think that a lot of people put in their mind a sort of border of what makes it real work or fake work. I think this is true. I'm going to go on. I think that a lot of what you'd consider not really your work is something that's a piece that's in a different format, says Gabriel. Before you go on there, are you a fan of swimming pool or swimming in the ocean? Ask Cyber. Well, I like this really heavy question followed by this really nice, light, sugary question. Am I a fan of swimming pool or swimming in ocean? Well, I've never swam in the ocean, so I don't know if I'm a fan of it or not. But as far as swimming pools, not particularly. Like if I'm going to a place where there's a pool and everybody's swimming, usually I don't swim. But if I like water parks. I like slides and stuff. I like getting on like a slide and then ending up in a pool. But I'm not really one that just kind of likes wading around in a pool that much. Cyber. I'm answering that question first, Gabriel, because it's an easier question to answer, and I can do it faster. But back to Gabriel's question, which isn't a question. I think Gabriel's just making a point. I don't think it's a question. Gabriel says, this is a creative music stream. This is technically a live performance with a show. If this was in a bar, this is what it would be. This is what it would be called. But you see work as less laid back and as something that is special piece with a theme. But you see work as something. You see work as less laid back and something with a special piece with the theme, says Gabriel. Here's what I'm going to say as an answer to that. As an answer to the, not necessarily a question, but a point that I think you're making. Gabriel, when I say I haven't released anything in a year, I mean I haven't released anything in a year. And I think that if somebody goes to my discography, Gabriel, and they go on my my DistroKid, or they go on my Spotify, or because these are the places we go for releases, right? Like if you had a band that you liked, if you're like, oh, I really like Jay-Z, I want to know if they've released any new music. You're going to go to their music, DSPs. You're going to go to a music platform. Now, if Jay-Z gets on a microphone on an Instagram video and has like a quick 4-bar, lyrical extravaganza, we'll look at it and go sick freestyle, but we need more tunes, because it's not on a musical platform, right? It's not on a musical platform. And when you say we, I'm saying the public. I'm saying the industry. I'm saying society. Because if somebody says that they are a novel writer and they've written books, I think that people will go, oh, what book? Or, oh, that's cool. Where are the book that you allegedly are creating? Or if somebody says, yeah, I make video games, I'm a game developer, like, oh, cool. What are you working on? What have you made? What games? People will generally look for results. If somebody tells me that they're a carpenter and they build houses, I'm just going to take for granted that there are houses somewhere in the world that they have built and there are people living in them, or soon will be, or something, if somebody said they've done that. And if I say I'm a musician and a songwriter, I think that people will go, oh, where are the songs, that you have written? Where is the music that you have written? Gabriel says you. Well, okay, not necessarily, but I'll stick with you on this one. Gabriel says they will remember the streams. Gabriel, okay, I see the point that you're trying to make, or that you're making. Let me be fair. I see the point that you're making, Gabriel, but that's a much more micro point. and then a macro point. I can't do things like specific like that, right? Like I know, oh hi, Liana. I can't say, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna remember these streams, Gabriel. You're one person that's gonna remember these streams. Look at the number of people in there. There's 18 people that are gonna remember these streams. You're gonna remember um, maybe a song I played in it. Maybe you'll think of like over and under. Maybe people will say over and under. I got a message just this morning of somebody sending me the video over and under before it was named that, going like, "Oh, I like this song a lot. I really wish I could hear it outside of this video, and I totally get that. I definitely get that. It's not a song yet. It's like if you play like a demo of a game, people are gonna go, "This was really cool. I would very much like to play the game though." People want results, and that's not just me saying that. I know you're saying, Gabriel, you're saying says you, but I'm saying I'm not alone, nor am I part of the minority on this. This is, people want actual results from it, and I'm glad that you can, cherish like a personal memory to you that you've had with something. Um, but that's not a reliable standard or platform that I can stand on. It'll crumble under my feet like sandcastle. Gabriel goes on to say, but does the number of people who saw the format make it less special? No, I'm not. I never said the word special. I'm not talking about things being special or not. I mean, that's up to the personal person. If you think something's special, Gabriel, then it's special to you. Um, Lady Gaga is, huge, but if I don't think her music is special, then to me, it's not. It's special. But I'm not ever talking about what is and isn't special. I'm talking about what is and isn't going to be agreed upon, and the majority in the industry that we live in. Like I feel like we can argue all day about semantics on like what you think something is or what you personally feel like something is. Like I live in a box. This box is my home. So is this box a house or is it not a house? Like we can argue semantics like that all day. But I think that it's a bit unfair to get that existential when talking about somebody saying like I haven't released music in a year. Like you get what I'm saying, and I think I get what I'm saying. We can get like super again pedantic and like specific and existential about what is a release and like what is music. And I mean, you did play 3 chords here, and my neighbor outside heard it when they were taking out their garbage, so technically it's a tune and they liked it, so isn't it special? Like I get it. I get the point you're making. I'm just saying, I'm trying to really pull us out of the existential nosedive of getting into like what is release and what, because you know exactly what I mean when I say I haven't released in a year. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is the first time in my entire like music career. It's been a whole year since I've actually done music releases, and so I feel significantly different. I feel significantly different approaching any type of music right now. It's been a time. Oh man, it has been a time. Oh crap, Maddie. I'm gonna go ahead and show that one, Maddie. Gabriel says I don't really specifically talk about release. I think specifically talk about the divide between real and fake work. Oh, well, I don't think any of my work is fake. If we're talking about real and fake, I think all of my work is real, Gabriel. I'm saying that Quarantunes is not a musical release. The terminology I used, Gabriel, is that Quarantunes is not a music release. My music releases are on my music platforms. Quarantunes does not exist there. Quarantunes was me, just like goofing off and having a fun time. And yeah, it does exist on the internet. It's on YouTube, and like partially truncated versions of it do exist on like Twitter or Instagram, something like that. But no, I don't think that those songs are fake. I think that they're real music. They have chords and stuff like that in them. I mean, that's another existential thing. Like, what is real music? What is fake music? But no. It is music, and I did make it with my brain and hands. But it is not a music release. It is not like on musical platforms. It's not a Spotify release. It's not going to come up in my discography. It's not something I'm going to play when I'm out on tour. It's not something that people can like purchase. It's not something that is going to show up in my catalog. It's not something that has like significant RCA copyright. Not RCA. It doesn't have like ASCAP copyrights under it. It doesn't actually pass a bunch of the even legal. I mean, if we're gonna avoid the law, I'll avoid the law for right now. But I'm just gonna say there's a lot of reasons why quarantine stuff is not available on iTunes. Like if you go on iTunes, for personal reasons, professional reasons, and even just like scheduling reasons. There's a lot of reasons for that. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. But that I'm not ever saying that I consider it fake music or fake work. Is it flat or something you played around in? Think of it like a jam, Gabriel. I don't know if that helps. If you think about it like a jam. Also, YouTube is the biggest platform in the world right now. Doesn't it make it bigger? No, it doesn't. That's gonna be a quick no for that's a quick no for me. No, but no, it's not flawed. It's not flawed. Is a conversation a speech? No, I wouldn't consider it a speech. I think there's like certain guidelines. I think that I'm really trying to pull this conversation out of being just existential and us getting pedantic. But Gabriel says, to me, I'm thinking of it as less serious work, but still on the same level. I don't see it as less serious. Although I take no umbrage with your use of the term serious. I get why you're saying that. Less. Oh crap! Sorry, I just realized something. And my room is broken. No, I don't take it as less serious work, Gabriel. I understand what you're saying though. I don't take it as less serious work because the reason I'm saying that is because there are several. Listen to like the story behind Bumblebee. I wouldn't necessarily say that Bumblebee is serious, in its content or in its execution. I wouldn't say that it's a very serious one. Charles says, here's a less serious question. Do you like cats? I'm allergic to cats, so I don't spend a lot of time around cats because it'll make me sick. I'm indifferent about cats, I would say. Seeing cats in other people's houses or in the wild or whatever, I'm just kind of like, whatever, it's an animal. I feel the same way about cats that I do about turtles. I don't like them or dislike them. They're just kind of there. Oh crap, did it buffer while I was answering? Yeah. I can't tell what this conversation is about anymore, Gabriel. Is it because you don't understand something that I said and you're looking for clarification? Or is it because you disagree with something I said and you're looking to debate? I feel like I've lost the thread now. Not a big turd fan, says Manny. No. They're okay. Heck yeah, Maddie. Indifference is the way. Oh, okay. Gabriel says, I think that you look at quarantines more likely, and I'm saying okay, hold on. I'm saying you look at quarantines more likely, and I'm saying your releases and quarantines are one and the same, just on a different style of expression. That's what I think we are talking about. Lightly. Oh crap, sorry. Let me go. I think you look at quarantines more lightly. No, not more lightly. Differently. I look at them differently. I wouldn't say like there's a more lightly or lighthearted and serious and heavy way to look at my music. Or if there is, but I don't look at quarantines more lightly. I don't look at it as fake. I don't look at it as not serious. I'm saying that it is not a release. What I said in the very beginning of this thing is I haven't released music on DSPs. I haven't made an official release in a year. And when you go to my music catalog, you will not see Quarantunes there. You will see the last release is Quick Breath, and we are coming up on a year anniversary of Quick Breath. That's all I'm saying, Gabriel. That is what I'm saying. Um, Quarantunes are YouTube videos, YouTube videos that I made while we were in quarantine. They were themed, and before I started them, I talked about them a lot in the streams. I said, "Hey, I'm going to be learning how to use HitFilm, which was a program, like a video program, because we're going to be in quarantine and I can't tour and I can't do anything, so I'm just going to be like messing around with trying to come up with better ways to edit video." Because, Gabriel, if you look back quite a bit before Quarantunes, my videos didn't look the way they do now. They looked a little bit different. Like if you look at the Lush Stream videos, there's a pretty significant jump in like style and direction and even the way I recorded and edited them. And so I was like, I'm going to be messing around with this program. And so I messed around with that program and made a few songs that weren't necessarily expressing like a specific idea that I had. Sometimes the lyrics were just, you know, me throwing together words to rhyme. For example, if you listen to Easy Go, it's just, you know, I had recently gotten access to a website that had a bunch of PNG like clip art on it, and I was like, oh, sick. It's which is why that's like the one Quarantune that has like a bunch of PNGs in it. But no, those are not official Omniboy releases, and if you look up Omniboy releases online, Quarantunes will not show up. Nor will a lot of my YouTube videos or Instagram videos. Easy Door comes in a lot. Gabriel remembers a song. It wasn't a song. Like, remembers like an idea? I don't know. I was like jamming on my keyboard and I ended up just like uploading it because I hadn't uploaded anything in like 5 days, and I was like, Peppermint Panda. I called it Peppermint Panda just because I wanted the alliteration. And there's quite a few people that remember Peppermint Panda and regularly ask when it's coming out. I'm like, it's never coming out. The song doesn't exist. I literally sat down at the piano and went, and a few people on the internet liked it a lot, and it was special to them. But I've forgotten it, and the song doesn't exist. It doesn't exist on my computer. It only exists on Instagram. It's not even on YouTube, I don't think. Gabriel says, so what leads you to feel that people won't see it and remember them? What? Let me go on. So what leads you to feel that people won't see it and remember them, even though it's a project with an interesting theme and something you used to use to grow as an artist? No, I think people see them and remember them. I mean, those videos have views. So I think people see them and remember them. Like I'm saying right now, I don't know if you heard the thing, but I don't know if like there's a time delay, but like I just said with the Peppermint Panda, people remember that. I don't even remember that. People like, when is this coming out? And I'm like, yeah, see, Isidore remembers Peppermint Panda. People were like, yo, when is this song coming out? And I'm like, that there is no song. There is no out. There is no coming out. There is no song. But no, I am very aware that people can like perceive it and remember it and even like it, you know, or dislike it. They can like feel a way about it. Absolutely. 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 I believe it. Whoa, interesting. Lindsay's saying something about Animal Crossing and the Great Furry Renaissance. I thought it was the Great Furry Resistance. I was like, oh crap, who's coming for them? Peppermint Panda would be an excellent persona name, says Charles. Okay. My very first question was asking if you have a tipping point from which you felt you became a real musician. That's, in my opinion, a better question. But all questions are equal. All questions are equal. That was the very first thing. Go ahead. Crap, sorry. The tipping point where you felt like you became a real musician. crap, I don't know that I have a distinction between a real musician and a fake musician. Sometimes I'll joke about that, Gabriel, if I'm being completely honest. Um, um, Sometimes I'll joke about that. I'll call some of my friends like fake musicians. They're like, you're not a real musician, but that's usually jokes. Like I'm not being serious. I don't know if I don't know if I see anything as a real musician now. That isn't to be like completely diplomatic and vague, right? I definitely will see people and be like, well, that's a professional musician, and this is not, or this person's a career musician, and this person's not. You know, I'll definitely make that distinction, Gabriel. But I don't know that I make the distinction between like a real musician and a fake one. If you have a musical instrument, or even not, if you can make something that people consider music, congratulations, you're a real musician now. Um, but I might be like morphing your question into something that it's not when I say career musician or professional musician. Um, but I definitely make that distinction. I can remember when I felt the tipping point of myself becoming a career musician, or when I felt the tipping point of myself becoming a professional musician. I definitely can remember more or less those like gray areas shifting from black into white. Um, um, Gabriel says, but you obviously, as a guy screwing around in a flat, a certain point felt like I'm a musician. No. Oh man, I actually like this conversation, Gabriel, because I'm not diverting us much at all. So keep in mind, I'm not taking you away from this. NFL Studio, sorry, NFL Studio. I thought you were just talking about my apartment, like screwing around in my flat. I was like, oh crap, are you from the UK too? No. Um, no, Gabriel, I'm gonna say something really, really quickly. I'm not taking away from this conversation because this is a good conversation to have. But in a recent stream, you might not have been in it, but in a recent stream, I talked about this really weird feeling I get, like an imposter syndrome I get when I see musicians talk in like interviews, and they do say stuff like that. They're like, and that's when I knew, or like after that moment, like I heard this song, oh, and I knew I wanted to be a musician, or like after I did this, I knew that's when it was real, baby, or like I was 6 years old and I heard, the Beatles, I heard Yellow Submarine, and like I was like, oh my god, my life has changed. I don't really have like a dope moment like that. And I'm not saying I don't think those moments exist and I don't think they're real. I think they very much are real and exist. I just think that I didn't have it. Maybe, Gabriel, maybe that moment is still ahead of me, and I will at one point in my career go, I think I'm a musician now. Like, I feel it. But for whatever reason, up until this point, I kind of have just felt like I was like doing things. Like, for example, I remember having a skateboard, and I remember getting like pretty decent at skateboarding. And I remember because I saw people saying like that's a skater, like these are the things that skaters do. I'm like, I skateboard, but I always felt like kind of weird referring to myself as a skater. Sometimes in music, I just feel like I over my life like acquired interests. Like I was like messing around in music and I was like, oh, this is fun, and I just kept having fun in it, and now I'm here. And I don't know that there was a tipping point where I was like, I'm a musician. Um, because even when I was really bad, I would tell people like, "Oh, I'm making music. I'm making music. I'm making music." Um, yeah, I don't know. That's a really good question, though, Gabriel. It's fair not to have that. What makes you special is not being touched by a light, but the journey you forged for yourself. I will agree with this, Gabriel. It's a very eloquent way, very eloquently put. Bruce Lee was just a boy from California. He became God tier martial artist through his own accord. For sure, for sure, for sure. Makes you think of the bad examples of college admission essays that showed us in school that were like, I've been drawing since I could hold a crayon. Yeah, I hate that stuff. I hate that stuff, Maddie. Makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach. I feel like I've seen like musicians. I mean, respect to all musicians. I have had a very weird introduction into music, so I can't, I can't cast shade at anybody else, but there definitely is people that are like, yeah, I've been playing piano since I was like 6. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What actually are you talking about? They're like, I couldn't live without piano. Like, oh my god, if you took away music, I would wither and die. Since I was a baby, my mom used to say, like, she would see me. I would like crawl over the piano and I would say, Mommy, me Mozart, Mommy, me Mozart. And I was like, these stories suck. You sound like a whack kid. Where were the stories about you eating dirt and like actually doing cool stuff? Mommy, me Mozart. I think that in general, I try to avoid saying I'm a thing, but Gabriel, I'll say this, and I guess we can like move on a little bit. But society, evil society, gives me titles, and then I feel comfortable using them. For example, Gabriel, when messing around in FL Studio, there was never a button that clicked to me where I was like, I'm a producer. I didn't even know what a producer was, what a producer did. Only when I saw other people calling themselves producers and I saw what they were doing and I went, oh, I do that. Then I started calling myself a producer. It was more of like a reactive thing that I felt like other people were seeing me as a producer. So then I started shaking hands and introducing myself. Yeah, I'm a music producer, but I don't really know where that scale tipped. It was more like I was just doing something, and then I saw that society was calling it a thing, and then I just adopted it. And honestly, even calling myself a music producer, I still feel kind of weird about that. Which is why a lot of times I just say I'm a music maker, or most of like my biographies are just like little music man, or I'm a little music man. I'm a little music man, little keyboard man. Omni, you should get back into animation. Oh crap, Dar, did you find my animation? Did you find my DeviantArt? If you found my DeviantArt and you're still saying that, I feel like you're making fun of me, which is fine. But I'm not gonna get back into animation. I don't think. I'm probably worse now than I was then. Gabriel says maybe it went backwards. Maybe you were confident about it, and now you question. Oh, maybe the light really is ahead of me. Maybe it is, Gabriel. Maybe it is. You know. Greener pastures are coming, baby. Maybe I'll be a musician yet. Um, I've scoured the internet. I still can't find it. Says Star. Good, 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 good. I wish I'd had a deviant art because I lost all my old sketchbooks from middle school, and I'd love to look back at that trash. Hmm. Okay, all right. I hear you. Loud and clear, baby. Yeah. You really did improve. Oh, I like that you looked to the window, the light source, when you said the light. Oh, did I? Was that subconscious? You really did improve as a filmmaker. It's poetic. Oh. I don't have a DeviantArt, but I have a Newground. Oh, crap. I was just talking about Newgrounds yesterday. I'm not going to be saying my DeviantArt username here because I also wrote a lot of poetry on DeviantArt, and as it were, these are the poems of a very young and angsty boy, and I haven't read them, but I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive that there is something in these poems that is not something I want y'all to read. So I will not be sharing my username of my DeviantArt here. And if you find it, just keep it to yourself. If you find it, don't bring that stuff up to me. Don't go read the comments and the things that I would say on DeviantArt and be like, yo, Omni, you was wildin'. Why were you so sad all the time? Let me not get into a rant about how capitalism requires us to identify and prove ourselves as artists in order to validate our contributions to society. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to unlearn a lot of that. I don't want to get into it either, Lindsay. I'm with you, but I don't want to get into it. But yeah, that is a thing. Even now, even since I haven't released stuff in a year, sometimes I'm just like, dang, do I make music? Do I actually make music if I haven't done it in a whole year? What have I been doing? It's kind of sad though. I was embarrassed by my art back then, so I destroyed a lot of stuff I made, and now I wish I had it to look at. I feel you on that, Maddie. I've done a lot of destroying of old things in my own case as well, and I have later regretted it because I would have liked to be able to look back and read or see or whatever it was I was doing. Gabriel respects that. I think that who you were talking face to face is a lot more true than a poet from years ago on social media. Yeah. And the thing is, I didn't even say anything inappropriate. I don't think it's not like you read the poetry and it's just like a lot of like really like awful, like racist or sexist stuff in there. I think that the poetry was just, it was angst, you know? When you're, when you're, you know, when you're hitting that big, the big P, when the big puberty comes, it really does feel like the end of the world, you know? Who knows? Anyways, I found the DeviantArt, but your secret is safe with me, says Cyber. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, don't redo that stuff, Cyber. Don't do that. It's icky. The photos are more interesting to me. I did upload photos to that account, didn't I? Yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah, I did have some photos up there. Artistic. Artistic photos. I really thought I was doing something with those photos. I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. I think my mom has some of those photos in print, actually. That those photos of me up on my DeviantArt. But thank you, Cyber. Thank you, Cyber. Okay. Mm, 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 but yeah, being an artist in the USA, it's hard and it sucks for the most part. I wish I was Canadian sometimes because being a musician in Canada, oh boy, what a dream. Apparently, there was a video of me online reading a poem. I had little recollection of it, and I thought it was a fever dream. The scenario sounds like a fever dream, says Gabriel. Poetry online. Online, online, online. Okay, guys. Okay. We're approaching the anniversary of Quick Breath. And Ego Death. Ego Death's anniversary is next month. Quick Breath's anniversary is this month. Very, very exciting. Very exciting stuff. No music in a year. Wow. Wow. You guys exist in a bubble, by the way. Let me explain. Most people that know about my music, that like me, that listen to my music, that are fans of mine, do not come into this stream. This is obvious. No, you can't ask me a question, Cyber. I said don't read the stuff on the DeviantArt. Wait, what are we doing? I feel like Cyber, what's going on? You can't ask me some. You can't ask me something that I wrote on my DeviantArt. You can't do that. No, I'm serious though. No, no, no. Oh my God. Jesus, heaven help me. Get out of there. Get out of there. What are you doing in there? You're rummaging around through my garbage can. I will not be held accountable for the garbage that is in my trash can. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I haven't released anything in a year. Yay. Oh, and you guys exist in a bubble. You guys exist in a bubble of people that know that one, I'm alive. You also exist in a bubble of people that know that I still do make music and spend time on it. You also exist in a bubble of people that know that I'm black, for example. A lot of people that listen to my music do not know I'm black, and that was just as shocking to me as it may be to you, which is why I started making a lot of more videos of myself, you know, because felt it might be necessary for people to know. So I want to say, when I say a lot of things like I've been absent for a really long time, I'm mostly talking about to those people, not the bubble of you guys. For example, I posted on Instagram for the first time in like a month or two, like a couple of days ago. And I got a lot of messages where it was just like, yo, where have you been? Like, we haven't seen you. Like, hope everything's okay. Like, we thought you quit music. Like, we haven't seen or heard anything from you. But obviously, if somebody said something in the stream, you guys would be like, oh, we just saw Omni yesterday. He was like playing music and talking about going over to Mac's place, talking about going up into the mountains and stuff like that. So you guys kind of exist in like a privileged bubble of information. And so usually when I say a lot of things like, oh, I haven't released something in a while, or I haven't played a show in a while, people might think I'm dead. Just take for granted that I'm not necessarily talking about you guys. I'm talking about the other like 98% of the people that like and listen to my music. Whew. Yeah, a lot of people thought I was white in Beybleeder. A lot of people thought I was white, and then a few people thought I was Asian, but that's my fault. Is it? No, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I think people thought I was Asian because I was making very anime-friendly music and had a lot of releases in association with a few Japanese acts. Okay. But if you want to listen to these anniversary acts, these anniversary projects rather, Quick Breath and Ego Death, they can be found on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Group, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. Also, guys, on Friday I'm doing a production stream. I feel good about it. We haven't really decided exactly what we're going to be doing in it yet. We'll button that in tomorrow. I'm going to set aside an actual time during the morning medley stream where we will decide exactly what is going to be happening in the Friday stream. So don't worry about it for right now. If you're in the stream tomorrow, feel free to contribute. If you're not going to be, just know that your voice matters. It just won't particularly be considered in terms of how we shape the production stream. Your music could fit in an anime, says Gabriel. Any music can fit in an anime, but I appreciate you for saying that. Have you seen the anime, what's it called? Carol and Tuesday? There's Thundercat in that anime. But I guess, he literally has songs about anime, so maybe that wasn't the best example. Joe says, where is it available again? Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Group, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. Joe says they were just kidding. Probably should have read ahead before I did it again. Thanks for not taking the compliments, says Gabriel. I'm sorry, Gabriel. I know, I'm trash at taking compliments. I'll try harder next time I receive one. I was so excited when I heard Thundercat and Carol and Tuesday. That was cool, wasn't it, Lindsay? That was pretty cool. I got some homies with music in that anime as well. So, congrats to my homies. Honestly, I could see some Omni music over Tamako Market and Asteroid in Love. Word. Contact the people. Let's get these anime people on the phone. Let's get big anime on the phone. I love it. To have my music in one of these. Yes, Thundercat has bass lines that can be nasty. This song has no bass line. It's called Hush Hour. I did most of the arrangement of it while I was in Hong Kong last year. If you haven't had the chance to go to Hong Kong, please go. Although with the way the world is seeing the US right now and seeing the big EU travel ban, maybe we won't be allowed to leave the country when borders open back up. So I don't know. Maybe Google a video of Hong Kong. Actually, just search my Hush Hour music video on YouTube. That was shot in Hong Kong. Is Hong Kong not doing okay? I didn't see Angels like yesterday. I was pretty much away from my home all day. Ooh, that song's called Hush Rush Hour and marks the last piece that I will be playing in the stream today. Enigma says, I listened to the whole stream sharpening knives and taking apart my Xbox controller. Well, I hope you got some cleaning done in there, because an Xbox controller can attract quite a bit of gunk if not opened and cleaned regularly. Hong Kong is still in protest mode, I think, says Umbe. Word up. It was while I was there, too. So the city wasn't exactly as dope as it could have been, but still, it was... I was blown away by how pretty the city was. You know, I didn't know very much about Hong Kong, so I'm glad that I was able to make that trip. We're gonna get there one day, says Dar. I just gotta keep planning songs in this ad. Maybe one day, Dar. Maybe one day, Dar. Maybe one day, Dar. But we all know how long it took Isidore to get me to see City of God, so I'm going to go ahead and just put a disclaimer up that it does take me a while to get around to things. I'm a very busy man, and when I'm not busy, I'm resting. Busy resting. Lindsay says, Dar is not giving up. Yeah, Dar stayed the course, which I do appreciate. That's very admirable, Dar, that you have stayed steady and consistent. Since the quiche was flowing today, everybody have a wealthy Wednesday. A wealthy Wednesday. Ooh, quiche. Maddie, is Keisha slang for money? Is it? Is it because there's a lot of cheese and quiche and cheese and cheddar and money? Is that? Am I understanding right, Maddie? Am I drawing connections, connecting dots that don't actually exist? There's a YouTube version for anybody who's too lazy to look for it, says Gabriel, talking about Angel's Egg. Cyber says it was interesting, but it was a slow burn. I was replacing every single plastic panel, says Enigma. Well, I hope your new Xbox controller, I mean, it's as good as new. You souped it up, baby. I hope it's got cool new panels now. Good on you for being able to do that on your own and not have to pay some stranger to do what is actually a pretty simple task, just time consuming. I'm glad I liked the movie as well, Isidora. It has way too many parallels to my life. We all know that my early life was rife with, you know, well, I'm not gonna get into it now, Isidora, but you know what my childhood was like. That's how I say cash, says Matt. Matt says cash like quiche. Oh. I like that. All right, okay. I am an independent person, and I do everything myself, says Enigma. Aw. We appreciate that. We appreciate Independent King in the stream. I was wrecking Tamako Market and Ava wrecking Angel's Egg. This week is Egg Week. The sub thing was getting yep. Oh, heck yeah. I did a push-up this morning. One big push-up. Good job, whatever happened. As I'm walking into this convo, says Tommy. Oh, welcome, Tom. Welcome, Tommy. I almost called you Tongbo for some reason. Welcome to the conversation, Tommy. The stream is ending, however, so you did come at the very end, but I'm glad that you came and made the few minutes anyway. I appreciate you. Word. Yeah, don't pay bozos to do simple tasks. Pay yourself to do them. Okay. I think that's it. We made it to the bottom. Tomorrow's going to be 169. I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on time. I was 3 minutes late this morning, and I apologize for that, but I had some complications with my smoothie, so we all know how difficult that can be. We've got some smoothie eaters in the stream. Thank you again for anybody who donated for this stream. I didn't expect it. I don't feel like I earned it. I'll try in the future to earn tippies. Earn the tipsies. Hopefully in the production stream. I think that's gonna do it though for us today, guys. Thank you everybody for being respectful to me, and Dar's saying something. I'd pay someone to make me do push-ups, says Dar. Oh. I'd pay someone to make me do... Isn't that what a personal trainer does? I think they have those, Dar. I think you can do that, actually. I think that is a thing. Yeah, I think that's a thing. Oh, Dar, we all know... We have to earn gifts. You have to earn gifts, too. You do have to earn gifts. I can remember being a kid. I can remember being a kid and being like, my parents, you know, it was Christmas time, being like, yeah, you guys better be on your best behavior. And I was like, I'm going to have to earn these Christmas gifts. Jesus is dead or something like that. Yo, Christmas was so confusing as a Christian kid. I don't need to get into this though. This is conversation for a different stream. Different stream conversation. Thank you guys very much. I do appreciate you. I do have to go. My stomach's growling. The fruit isn't cutting it. I need something a little bit more. Oh, good morning, Sky. Sky's made it for the end of the stream. Thank you. This is the end of a 2.5-hour stream. Thank you for anybody who was on time or late. I'm glad I got to see anybody, honestly. Yesterday I spent pretty much the entire day in the mountains and I didn't see anyone. So this is as close as I'm going to get to having any type of social interaction for the next couple of days. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And hopefully I'll see you guys here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Morning Medley number 169. Abo, everybody.